Tax proposals contained in the 2023 finance bill are likely to be delayed as it may take some time for the government to ensure compliance. This is one of the observations made by analysts who reckon there are still many grey areas in the bill that require clarification. Dennis Otieno sampled views from tax experts and filed the following report.
All eyes are currently on Kenya Kwanza's first budget, which has been set at 3.6 trillion shillings. With revenues expected to increase to 2.9 trillion shillings, the Kenya Revenue Authority has its work cut out.
There is this misconception that an increase in taxes would result to an increase in tax revenue. That is not correct, because we are rational human beings. If I'm just to take the indirect taxes, in the moment we have increased the indirect taxes, like the scope of excise duty, as Job said, that means that the consumers might not necessarily go for such products or services.
Analysts at PwC have poked holes on the proposal to introduce VAT on compensation for the loss of taxable supplies.
So if you receive compensation from an insurance company, for instance, what the law is saying is that they want a share of that as VAT. So this, to me, to us, runs contrary to what VAT is levied on, because VAT is levied on the supply of goods or services. So when I'm receiving compensation from an insurance company, what goods or services have has the insurance company paid, has the insurance company delivered to me, or the vice versa?
Analysts also say the government should revisit the proposal on real-time collections of taxes and provide clarity. The government may have broadened the tax base, but experts reckon there still exist a number of gaps.
It does take some time to ramp up compliance for people to actually understand exactly how the law works, on who's the burden and obligation to be able to deduct and remit those taxes is, and exactly what taxes are being asked to be deducted. And so that ramp up in compliance does take some time. It's not necessarily immediate, so we again expect that can also delay collection of taxes from these areas.
There's, say, about 19 million or so registered voters, but only around 6 million or so registered taxpayers. So really, if we were to close that gap, according to me, I think tax revenue collection and broadening, the tax base would tremendously increase, say by 7 times.
Experts at Deloitte have faulted the proposal requiring a deposit of security before appealing against a judgment of the Tax Appeal Tribunal to the High Court. This, they say, will have adverse implications on taxpayers' right to access justice. With the upcoming budget, the government finds itself between a rock and a hard place as it seeks to raise revenues to run its operations, while at the same time reducing the burden of consumers who are currently grappling with the high cost of living. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV.